This is the award-winning Lee Pitts Live.
Brought to you by the North Law Firm. For car accidents and negligent security cases, call Joe at 239-337-1191. By Crime Stoppers of Southwest Florida. Report crimes and get paid with nobody knowing your identity. 1-800-780-TIPS. And by Lee Health.
Southwest Florida, welcome back to Lee Pitts Live. So thrilled that you put us on your list of things to do. Have a fabulous show in store for you. We'll get a chance to talk to the CEO of the Boys and Girls Club of Collier County, Megan Beauvais. The CEO is here, and we're going to find out about an upcoming event there. You're also going to get a treat. You'll get to see me with some hair when I was inducted into the Boys and Girls of America's National Hall of Fame back in the early 1990s. We'll show that entire speech as well. All that's happening on Lee Pitts Live. We'll be right back here at the fabulous McGregor Clinic. That's always our best host. Welcome back to Southwest Florida. We're so happy to have here Megan. Megan, welcome to Lee Pitts Live.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so good to break you in for your first time on this show. I'm sure it won't be your last, since we are interconnected symbolically through the wonderful Boys and Girls Club.
We are.
What is the Boys and Girls Club of Collier County, and some things that distinguish you?
Sure. So we are one of the largest providers in out-of-school time programming for Collier County youth. We work with kids from age 6 all the way up to 18, so there's no break-in services, which is hugely important for kids who maybe have some movement in their home lives, or they're having some upheaval. So to be able to come to a club when they're young and stay through middle school years, graduate high school, still around the people who are showing them support is hugely important.
Now, you have 2 physical locations there in the area. Expound.
We have our first facility, the Nichols Club in East Naples, and then we opened about 3 years ago our club in Immokalee, that's the Bulge campus, and combined we work with anywhere between 3,000 to 3,500 youth every year.
That's a big asset to the community. Immokalee is in Collier County as well,
Yes,
right? Well, people get that confused all the time, I'm sure. The when one thinks about the Boys and Girls Club, what do you hope comes to their mind?
So I think what I hope that people understand is that we're in such a position to work with creating the future leaders of tomorrow. There's no better way to invest in the future than investing in kids, to teach them how to be responsible, productive, caring, compassionate, kind leaders of the next generation. And that's what we really hope to do at the Boys and Girls Club is to expose kids to anything and everything. We believe that people should not be limited because of the zip code they were born into. But what can we expose them to? What can we see fits? What can we help them understand about themselves? And how can they go out and do for the greater good what they were born to do?
Boys and Girls Club is a national brand. I would say international for all practical purposes. When I joined the club back in 1966, people, I was 6 years old, and it changed my whole life looking back. And one of the great things that happened was, at the time, in Birmingham, the A.G. Gaston Boys Club was brought online in 1966. I did some research years later and realized that, so glad that they started that club when I was a little 6-year-old. And they start going around in the community recruiting children. Right. They came to our house with these clipboards, right? Just to tell a quick story is my opportunity. And my mom called me and my brother there. At the time, it was just a boys' club.
Sure.
And they started listing all the things that were going to be going on there: shuffleboard, checkers, basketball, volleyball. And one of the things on the list at the bottom was swimming. As soon as they said swimming, I perked up. And the person from the club who was doing the recruiting in the project, in the housing project, said, "Why is he perking up like that?" "Oh, he watches Flipper on television, the dolphin, and he wants to go swimming. And so this is his opportunity." Yeah. And sure enough, I got in the Boys and Girls Club. I was exposed to swimming there and went on to become a nationally known swimming instructor. and eventually became a member of the Boys and Girls Club National Alumni Hall of Fame years later.
Right.
But it had not been for the opportunity at the Boys and Girls Club, none of those things would have happened. I went on to college and so on and so forth from a lot of the values and the education I got there. And self-esteem.
Right.
You guys do a great job. The Boys and Girls Club, does a great job with self-esteem of children. And you reach out, in many cases, to the underserved children in our community. Speak to that.
I do. I think you hit on some great points. I think number one, it's the exposure. You never know what's going to hit with a kid. In your case, it was swimming. It could be art. It could be a leadership development course. You know, it could be, for a middle school kid, just a place where they're able to find like-minded kids who don't make fun of them all day at school. You know, just a positive place to be, a safe place to be. And then I think it's also, you know, we call them soft skills. They're the most important skills. You know, how to get along with people, how to communicate, how to positively resolve conflict, how to build your self-esteem, how to believe in yourself. Those are the things that we really pride ourselves in working with kids on, and find it to be fundamentally important in how you grow a human being, and how you know, are able to allow kids the freedom and the space to become who they want to become.
And another thing that I think is beautiful too, along with what you just said, is you guys have an academic component. It's structured. I mean, I don't know all the names of them, but I know they got names to them, like go ahead.
we call it disguised learning. You know, kids in the summertime, after school, they've been in school, and summer is the time they want to have fun. So we find that with our young people who are struggling academically for the most part, these are at-risk, low-income students. They need that academic support, but they're not going to sit there and go through tutoring unless you make it fun. Unless you have project-based learning. We have great programs in STEM, for instance, where it's a program designed entirely around Legos. And so they're building Legos, and they're building towns, and they're building, learning how to create a recycling plant through their building of Legos to then talk through a project, you know, with their group. So things like that that really help them put into practice the theory behind it, but isn't a worksheet, or isn't sitting at a desk and having somebody talk to them, but having them be a part of their learning process.
And years ago, you guys were branded as the positive place for kids. Now that new branding is Bright Futures Start Here. That's speaking into action, would you say?
It is. You know, our national movement really believes, and Collier County 100% believes that Boys and Girls Clubs are uniquely capable of being the go-to out-of-school time programming for all youth across the United States and on military bases across the world. And so how do we do that? We serve more kids. We serve them in a quality way. Nobody wants to run a babysitting service. So what do we do with kids from the moment they come in to the moment they leave to ensure that they are having an experience that is unlike any other program they can go to? And because we work with kids from 6 all the way to 18, and we have many kids who start at 16 and don't want to leave when they graduate high school, but it really is the formative years of what are you going to do when you graduate. For kids, that might be 4-year college or university, a 2-year technical certificate, military work, whatever it is. But what can we do to ensure that when they embark on that path, they are the best equipped to do so, so that they can have the great future that they should be able to.
How does it make you feel personally to know when a lot of times you've seen children come in and then you see the results of your fruit of your labor and working with those children, and they come back with those success stories? Some of them become you for the years and things like that. How does that make you feel personally?
You know, I'm incredibly blessed to have a job that I find hugely fulfilling. I had a wonderful mother who taught me that I was lucky when I was born into a good zip code, and I was blessed with a lot, and so much is expected from people who don't have to face as many issues. And so to be able to give kids, just give them the exposure and see what they can do with it, and see how they take it and run, and to see the trajectory of their life change is something that I think it's an amazing job to have.
Let's give you a website. We have it on the screen. You don't see it right now, but it's going to be on the screen. But give a website and a phone number for more information. and people can connect with you on social media as well.
Sure. So our website is bgccc.com. It actually is going to be an entirely new website in October, so we're looking forward to having a brand new, much better website.
You putting your stamp on it too?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And our phone number where you can call and be in touch with anybody is 239-325-1700.
Let's go to an event that you have coming up that people can rally around. It's a great way also to help in your fundraising effort as well, and help in what your mission is in Collier County. What is that
Sure.
event coming up?
So on October 18th, we have our kickoff event for the year, the Great Futures Start Here luncheon. And
Ritz-Carlton?
It's at the Ritz-Carlton in Naples, yes. We really look to the community to support our mission. Our budget is about $6.2 million. We start at zero fundraising every year. And really, it's the community that rallies around understanding the need for quality out-of-school time programming and what that can do for kids now instead of down the line. It's much easier to invest in a child's education and upbringing than invest in infrastructure for prisons or jails down the line. So what can we do for kids now in terms of quality programming? That's really what our goal is. The Great Futures Luncheon helps with our scholarships. 100% of our kids receive some form of scholarship to attend the club. Nobody pays full price. And we do not close the doors to anybody if they can't pay.
Because I remember when I was a member of the Boys and Girls Club as a kid, I think my mom paid less than $1 for the whole year. I know it's not that low though, but I've heard numbers like $5 for the whole year and things like that.
In our Immokalee Club, it's $5 for the year. Yes. So, and it costs us about $2,000 a child to run programming.
That is outstanding.
It's a low cost, but when you multiply that by 3,000 to 3,500 kids, it's a lot of fundraising. And so we are looking for this luncheon to help kick us off with the fundraising season. We are having kids there who are going to be talking about what they want to be when they grow up, and it's always great to hear from a kid's point of view what they think the world will allow them to do. And we have a phenomenal guest speaker who is going to talk about kind of the path he was on and what changed his life to completely change the trajectory of where he was going.
That would be Kaylin Moore, the author of A Dream Too Big. Looking forward to meeting him as well. I'll be there, of course, as the master ceremony. I think I will be.
Absolutely.
You guys have drafted me. I appreciate being drafted.
We're excited.
I'm excited about it too. So just I'm looking forward to that. It starts at 11:30 to 2 p.m. That's on October 18th at the Ritz-Carlton on the Vanderbilt Ballroom in Collier County, Naples, right?
Correct, and you can go to our website and buy tickets or give us a call, and we'd love to have as much support in the room to really hear Kaylin's message, meet our kids, and learn about what we're doing, because we feel that we are really at a place where the community understands what our needs are, and have the kids who really could use the support.
Who have been some of your, since we got this opportunity to have you sitting here, who've been over the years or in recent times, who've been some of your major sponsors that you might want to give them a shout out? They're watching you now. They love the plug.
Right. So our longtime sponsor, the Naples Children Education Foundation, founders of the Naples Winter Wine Festival, has been a phenomenal partner for over a decade, providing millions of dollars in grant funding to us. So we would not be where we were without their support. We have strong family foundation ties, Schoen Foundation, the Schultz Family Foundation, who really understand that you don't fund people for a year and then think the problem's solved. So that commitment to really staying with organizations, those family foundations in particular, really understand that. And I would be remiss if I didn't talk about our board, many who have been on our board for many years, who have shown the commitment, both financially and through their leadership, to ensure that we are where we are, and really looking forward to where we're going to be in terms of serving more kids. What can we provide them in quality ways?
Outstanding. And I want to give a shout out to Dina Leston and Skip, I know you're over there. Don't think I forgot about you, man. You're doing a great job. And he's going to be spearheading something with sports, I think you said. Go ahead.
Yes. So, kids are interested in any number of things. Athletics and sports is usually what a lot of kids are interested in. So we are excited about a partnership with the Cal Ripken Senior Foundation out at our Immokalee Bulch Club, where we will be soon starting construction on a multi-purpose field, baseball, football, soccer field, which will be phenomenal for that community. But we find that athletics is a way that brings kids to the club. And so if we can bring them in through athletics, right? Bring them in through athletics, teach them the team building, the competitive, what you learn about yourself through athletics, and then involve them in the other aspects of the club, we think is a huge way to reach even more kids and kind of bring them into the Boys and Girls Club fold.
Well, keep up the good work, and we're looking forward in the future to bring our television show there to the club. We came to your Immokalee Club about 2 years ago, and we'll let you pick what clubs you want us to come to, but we'll get down there in 2020.
Well, we're excited.
Now, you guys are going to have to, give us a commendation like McGregor Clinic here.
It will be tough to follow.
You
but
see all that food
we'll
over there and all of that,
yeah.
so you guys got to outdo them. They're a hard act to follow. We're going to go to a break, and when we come back, you'll actually see my Boys and Girls Club of America's National Hall of Fame induction speech, and just be cool. I had a little hair back then. Thanks for coming out, Megan.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we'll be right back. Hello, everybody. This is Lee Pitts, the host of the award-winning Lee Pitts Live here on Fox 4. We appreciate you watching our show here on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, clicking below. Let everybody else know that they can subscribe as well. Also, when we're on the air on Fox 4, you can also catch us streaming live at 8:30 a.m. in the morning on fox4now.com. Just click on live, and you get us all types of ways at your convenience. That's Lee Pitts Live.